Well, I was a pretty active chap, but I rode motorcycles. I had done for 50 years. So a lot of my social life revolved around the motorcycle club and the people you meet on bikes, and the places you go, and the fact that when you're on a bike, you are the picture. You're not driving a car where you're looking through a screen. You are the picture. You've got to use all your senses. You've got to smell, because you can smell the flowers. You can smell the diesel that's about to take you if you're not careful. Some spilt diesel. You can smell the fumes, you know where you are. And it's balanced, so it's a mixture of the senses. And if you lose concentration for a moment, you're gone. So after work, it was a lovely October evening. And I thought, you know, I'm not going the motorway. I'm going to go the back roads, through the back roads. And so, as an advanced driver as I am, an advanced motorcyclist as I was, you tick off your surroundings. You're looking for things coming towards you, things behind you, and they call it breaststroking. So you look forward, to the side, mirrors behind, and you just keep doing that. That's what advanced driving is about. So you're ready for whatever's going to happen. So I saw the Dogs Trust home sign, and I saw a white Volkswagen coming towards me. Right, yeah, Volkswagen, yeah. I'm going past the HS2 contractor's yard, yeah. And then there's a veil. I cannot see through this veil now. He turned right straight in front of me. I had no chance at all. The next thing I recall, I am, like I always say, I'm a Bruce Springsteen song. I'm a wreck on the highway. And I'm looking around thinking, oh, something's happened here. And this gentleman said to me, you just come off your motorcycle. So I said, all right, okay. He said, is there somebody I can tell? So I said, yes, my wife, please. The next thing I know is I'm in hospital. I'm in the triage, and there's my wife and my daughter. But it was only when I'd been, you know, my wife and my daughter had come, my son turned up later, and they explained a few things. But you're still out of it on drugs. And it was only a day or two later when you're on the ward and you think, I'm on a ward. My arm's up here, I can't get out of bed, I can't do anything. You know, because this arm was in a Bradford sling because there's a massive scar there. And then somebody tells you you've been 15 hours on the slab with a surgeon banging things into you. So, yeah, it took a while to piece together what had happened. And I found out I'd cracked my left hip and there was some massive screws in there. I found out I got a false hip joint on the left. I found out, and the scar's still there of course, I got a shaft into my knee here. Much later I found out I'd nicked my carotid artery, which would have wiped me out. But it kind of self-healed, it didn't quite go. I wanted to get back to my previous life, but it was highly unlikely I would never do so. John would say to me, you might be 80% of your previous self. And then you're going to get, because of your injuries to your hip, you're going to get advanced arthritis earlier than you probably expect. So don't build your hopes up too much, be realistic. So I thought, sod you, I'm going to get out of here. Excuse me, I'm going to prove to you that I can do what I need to do to live again. So there's more to life than riding bikes. I've had 50 years, I've had a great time, I've still got the friends. I can ride a bicycle, I can, you know, I want a canoe again. That, you know, right, yes, that's an aim. I want to be able to canoe again.
Ian's brief to me from day one was that he wanted to get back to how he was before his injuries occurred, and we committed to helping him with that. I was taken aback by how active he was prior to his injury. He was a trustee for a charity, he wrote articles for magazines, he'd written a number of books. In terms of his hobbies, he will tell you he was extremely active, beekeeping, swimming, canoeing, riding his motorcycle. So he understood that goal setting was an important part of the rehabilitation, and he wanted to get going as quickly as possible. Within 2 weeks of being instructed, I appointed Jason Chidwick, who was Ian's rehabilitation case manager. Jason was a specialist in helping clients with life-changing injuries, and I just thought that he'd be a really good fit for Ian. Jason's role in those early stages are to assess Ian's immediate needs at that time and identify a need, cost it, and then approach the compensator for funding.
I felt I got people who were interested in me, people who weren't just out to make money for themselves or for HIggs or whatever. They were genuinely trying to get some restitution for a hurt. So I felt looked after through this, as all these people were introduced to me to support me. I thought, yeah, this is working for me. It wasn't difficult, it wasn't pressurised, it was all explained, it was all structured.
Ian's case manager, Jason, put in place for Ian a specialist functional rehabilitation program, which included specialist physiotherapy, occupational therapy, sports rehabilitator input, and that was everything that Ian needed at that time, and it was all under one roof.
At the time I still am. I'm a member of the Upton Warren Canoe Club. The club gathered at the water's edge with 2 rescue boats out on the water for me to get back on the water for the first time, because they'd all heard about me and whatever. There was a buoy out there in the water, so I thought, right, I'm going to go to that and go around it and come back again. It must have been painful to watch. Me getting slowly on this SUP and getting it stood up and getting a paddle and getting... And I took off and went around the buoy and came back, and I was blubbering at the end of that because it was so emotional for me. It still is now. I can tell you it was.
I think the real success in Ian's case is in the outcome that he achieved. So Ian was somebody that was absolutely determined in terms of committing to his rehabilitation, and with the support that we put in place for him, he was able to get some incredible gains, and ultimately the outcome that he's achieved is incredible.
People have called it miraculous, my recovery, because there's two aspects of that. One is my iron will to do it, and their skills and their application. And that's what Steve gave me access to, because it was all about me. It was tailored to me. And again, that's what clearly came across with Steve's attitude, was that he'd done this before. He knew how to do this. He knew how to approach a character like me, and we clicked straight away. So he knew I was going to do what was necessary, and I knew he was going to do what was necessary in the background to organise it and enable it all.
An important part of my role whenever I meet a new client is to understand what that client wants. We always say that the client is front and centre, and they will make the decisions. It's their case, not ours. So quickly we need to understand the client and get to grips with what their brief is in relation to the case, and different clients will want different things. Some people want a quick resolution, some people want compensation, some people want rehabilitation, and it was obvious fairly quickly that Ian's priority was to get back to how he was before as quickly as possible.